The glass doors of Luminaire Fashion swung open, and Martha Greene stepped inside, her silver hair catching the afternoon light. At 68 years old, she carried herself with the quiet confidence of a woman who had taught history for 40 years. Today was special. Her granddaughter's wedding was 3 weeks away, and Martha wanted something elegant, something that would make the photographs timeless. The boutique gleamed with polished marble floors and crystal chandeliers. Racks of designer dresses lined the walls in perfect order. Soft music played overhead. Martha smiled, remembering how her late husband would have joked about the prices. But this was worth it. Family was worth everything. Carly Davidson looked up from her phone behind the counter. Her eyes narrowed as she watched Martha walk toward the evening wear section. She set down her coffee and approached with quick, sharp steps. Her heels clicked against the marble like warning shots. "Excuse me," Carly said, her voice cold enough to frost glass. "Can I help you find something?" Martha turned, her smile warm and genuine. "Yes, thank you. I'm looking for a mother-of-the-groom dress. Something in navy or emerald, perhaps." Carly crossed her arms. "These pieces start at $3,000. Are you sure you're in the right store?" The words hung in the air like poison. Martha's smile faltered for just a moment. She had faced this before, decades ago, but never expected it here. Not now, not in this year. "I'm quite sure," Martha replied, her voice steady. "I've been planning this purchase for months." Carly glanced at Martha's simple handbag, her comfortable shoes. "We have an outlet location across town. Much more suitable for your budget." 2 other customers stopped browsing. An older white woman with shopping bags frowned at Carly's tone. A younger couple exchanged uncomfortable glances. Martha straightened her shoulders. "Young lady, I would like to see your evening collection. I'm a paying customer, and I expect to be treated as such." Carly's face flushed red. "Listen, I don't have time for this. We get people like you coming in here all the time, wasting our hours, touching merchandise you can't afford, taking pictures for social media. I know your type." "My type?" Martha's voice remained calm, but something flashed in her eyes. Years of dignity. Decades of strength. The security guard, a young man named Tony, shifted uncomfortably near the entrance. He had heard everything. His hand moved toward his radio, then stopped. He didn't know what to do. "Ma'am, maybe you should leave," Carly said, stepping closer. "Before I call the real police. We've had problems with shoplifters recently." The accusation landed like a slap. The other customers gasped. Martha's hands trembled, but she held her ground. "I have every right to be here," Martha said quietly. "I have done nothing wrong. I simply want to shop for my grandson's wedding." Carly reached out and grabbed Martha's arm. "You need to go. Now." Martha pulled her arm back. "Don't touch me. Don't tell me what to do in my store." Carly shouted. Then it happened. Fast and shocking. Carly's hand flew through the air and connected with Martha's cheek. The sound cracked through the boutique like thunder. Martha stumbled backward, her hand flying to her face. The other customers screamed. Tony finally moved, rushing forward, but he was too late. The damage was done. Martha steadied herself against a clothing rack, breathing hard. Her cheek burned bright red. Tears formed in her eyes, but they were tears of anger, not pain. She had survived too much in her life to break now. Carly stood frozen, her own hand still raised. Suddenly realizing what she had done, the front doors opened. A man in an expensive charcoal suit walked in, his phone pressed to his ear. He was tall, confident, his dark skin glowing with success. Martha Greene, 35 years old, finished his call and looked up. He saw his mother holding her face. He saw Carly's guilty expression. He saw the terrified customers. His entire body went rigid. "Mom!" His voice cut through the silence like a blade. Martha looked up, and despite everything, despite the pain and humiliation, she smiled at her son. Marcus. I was just trying to find a dress. Marcus walked forward slowly, his eyes locked on Carly. Recognition flickered across the saleswoman's face. She had seen his picture in the employee handbook. She had attended the staff meeting when the ownership changed hands 6 months ago. Her face went from red to white in seconds. You're. Carly couldn't finish the sentence. Marcus Greene. I own this store. I own this entire chain. His voice was quiet, dangerous. And that woman you just assaulted? That's my mother. The color drained completely from Carly's face. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish drowning in air. The other customers pulled out their phones, some filming, some calling news stations. This would be everywhere by tonight. Marcus turned to Tony. You saw everything. Tony nodded, shame written across his young face. Yes, sir. I should have stopped it sooner. I'm sorry. Marcus looked at the other customers. Did anyone else witness what happened here? They all nodded, speaking over each other, confirming the story. The older woman with shopping bags stepped forward. That saleswoman was horrible from the moment your mother walked in. Cruel and racist. Then she hit her. I saw everything. Marcus turned back to Carly. You're fired. Effective immediately. Security will escort you out. You'll be hearing from our lawyers. My mother will decide whether to press criminal charges. Carly's eyes filled with tears. Please, I need this job. I didn't mean. I was just having a bad day, a bad day. Marcus's voice rose for the first time. You assaulted a customer because of the color of her skin. You made assumptions based on prejudice and hatred. There is no excuse. There is no second chance. Pack your things. He turned to the other employees who had gathered, watching in shock. Let this be clear to everyone. This store, this company, will not tolerate racism. Not subtle. Not overt. Not ever. Anyone who cannot treat every customer with dignity and respect can find employment elsewhere. Is that understood? They all nodded, some with tears in their eyes. Marcus knelt beside his mother. Are you okay? Do you need a doctor? Martha shook her head, touching his face gently. I'm fine, sweetheart. I've survived much worse than this. But I appreciate you being here. 2 hours later, Martha sat in the boutique's private fitting room, surrounded by beautiful dresses. Marcus had closed the store to other customers and brought in his mother's favorite tea. 3 employees, carefully selected for their kindness, attended to her every need. She chose an emerald dress that shimmered like hope itself. It fit perfectly. Marcus stood in the doorway, watching his mother smile at her reflection. You know, he said softly, when I bought this company, I promised myself I would make it different. Better. A place where everyone feels welcome. Martha turned to him, her eyes bright. You're doing that, sweetheart. Change doesn't happen overnight. But it happens. Little by little. Person by person. You're making your grandfather proud. Outside, news vans gathered. The story was already spreading. By tomorrow, it would spark conversations across the country. Some would defend Carly. Most would not. But the conversation itself mattered. Marcus hugged his mother carefully, mindful of her bruised cheek. I'm sorry this happened to you. Don't be sorry, Martha said firmly. Use it. Make it mean something. That's how we win. Not with anger. With action. With change. With hope. She looked at herself in the mirror one more time. The dress was perfect. Justice had been served. And 3 weeks from now, she would walk into that wedding with her head held high, wearing emerald green and carrying the knowledge that sometimes, the universe rights its wrongs, sometimes, dignity wins.